first time I could remembering things. I just got it in my head. I'm going to play as long as I can, then coach, then dive.
So, Coach, we're here at Big Ten Media Days, and I just was listening to your press conference. So much excitement around the program this year, especially, with the running backs in the backfield, your quarterback returning, looking to have a breakthrough season. When you think about what you have on paper, how much excitement do you get out of that?
Just a lot of excitement. Just watch what they did in the offseason, what they were able to accomplish, the drive that they had, and the position they put themselves in, and it really get to be the healthiest, best version of themselves going into this training camp. And then to kick it off today, it's great. I remember 1986 coming here as a student athlete. It's a big thing. It's a big, cool honor, and our guys are representing our team as well as anybody could. We have 3 walking, talking infomercials for how to be a really great person and football player.
When you look at your quarterback and the improvements you've seen over the years with JJ, what are some of the specific traits that you like to see in a quarterback that tell you that this is a really elite player?
Yeah, so athletic ability, it's great when it's there, and his is at the top. Like, he's one of the top 10 athletes on our team, which is saying a lot. And the accuracy with he throws, the arm strength, the mental side of it, the way he studies and prepares for the games, the way he treats everything in terms of visualization, recovery, and then his willingness to do anything for anybody on the team. That's the special quality that the great quarterbacks have, and that's what makes him a once-in-a-generation type of quarterback at Michigan.
Yeah, I heard you make comparisons perhaps to Mahomes in a way, with his ability to, to get out of trouble, right? And
yeah, that and in the physical attributes of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, I look at those two guys, and they're the great ones. But also how their teammates talk about them, and how they talk about their teammates. I mean, I watched it all through the playoffs and the season with Pat Mahomes. I know Andy Reid really well, and you see the same thing. At least I do when I watch Josh Allen. The way he talks about his teammates, the way his teammates talk about him. Just the brotherhood they have. Of course, the athletic ability and the quarterback talent, but that secret sauce of they're willing to do anything and everything for their teammates, and that's the way JJ is. And the smile always tells it all with me, with JJ. I mean, there's always a smile, whether he's in the practice field, the weight room, the meeting room, interacting with kids, interacting with any kid. My kids, other kids, anybody that he comes in contact with. I mean, stop, really give him his attention and time. He makes them feel like they're like the only person in the room. And when he's on the practice field, it's like dolphins playing, in the sea. If you ever had a chance to watch him, that's what JJ's like when he's on the field. He's playing, he's happy, he's smiling, and constant energy and movement. And his teammates, he reacts with his teammates like that, and his teammates react with him like that.
That's cool. So when you're watching all that, when you see all that on the field, when do you know this offense is truly clicking?
I mean, it starts with the way they're moving around, the way they're executing. It's one thing to be executing on air. I mean, it should be perfect. It is perfect. And then you advance to training camp practice, and it won't be perfect because our defense is really good too. So we'll have a chance to have the iron sharpen the iron, starting with training camp. But all that, just excited right now with where our team's at, the health of it, what they've accomplished this offseason. Just turn it loose, and confident in our coaches that they'll be able to work with all that talent and then bring it together, forge it together, as a team that you need to do in the training camp environment, because there's still no entitlement. And I don't see any on the horizon. Talk to our guys, and it's all about, hey, coach, I mean, last year doesn't mean anything. Last 2 years don't mean anything. Now we got to do it again. And now, when you're doing it again, coach, that's all that matters. So I go, hey, let's go.
That's right. When you look at this conference as a whole, and certainly, we're learning it very well with NBC and this new big contract, you've got mega media deals around it now. You've got the best programs in the country. You've got the best venues in the country. I mean, as a coach in the Big Ten, what is the best part about this conference?
Oh, it's, the best. I mean, it asks what makes the Big Ten the best conference, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's all kind of to be determined, right? I mean, that's why they play the games. And looking forward to it. Know the competition's going to be really good. Everybody's going to be bringing their A game, and it'll be a football fight every single time we go out there on Saturdays.
There's so many traditions around each one of the schools as well in the Big Ten. What is the best school tradition that you love about Michigan?
For me, coming out of the tunnel, it's all about that tunnel for me. It's the one that's been there, that hasn't changed in over 100 years. I mean, there's other buildings on campus that have evolved or been renovated, et cetera, but that tunnel's remained for a century and never fails when I come out of the tunnel. Even now as a coach, the little hairs on my arm stand up and get the goosebumps, and it's like ding, 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 let's go, time to play.
There's been some action in that tunnel in recent years too, as well, from the opposing team. So they're trying to get on your turf a little bit. When you look at the best places around campus in Michigan, what are some of your favorite places to eat?
Schembeckler Hall. So we got a cafeteria right there for the football players, and I'd just like to highlight Abigail O'Connor, our nutritionist. She is just the best, and never fails to take an interest in every single person, players, coaches. She didn't have a little vitamin drawer for me. Always, giving you the tips and the advice on what to eat. And then she's got this way of making the food taste really good, even though it's healthy food. It just makes you feel good. She's from Texas originally. I don't know if she always says that has something to do with it. I don't know. I've never lived in Texas, but that's probably my favorite place is right there in Schembeckler Hall.
Can you describe what game day is like for you from the moment you wake up until kickoff? What's it like pulling on campus with all the the tailgating, but also your routine as well?
Routine-wise, I'm superstitious about not being superstitious, and then game day is like. Game time, it's like sitting in a dentist chair, getting root canal done on you for 3 hours. Same it is when I'm watching my own kids play sports. Same thing, watching my own players play sports. I mean, you want them to do well. You want them to do good so bad, that, it's just painful, but they just tell them to go out and get ahead and stay ahead. Get so far ahead that I can't screw it up is, I think, the last thing I tell them.
So how did you know coaching was going to be a good fit for you?
My dad was a coach. My brother's a coach. 2 uncles are a coach. My sister's married to a coach. I knew I was going to be a coach when I was like 5. First time I could remembering things. I just got it in my head. I'm going to play as long as I can, then coach, then die.
You knew right away.
Yeah, it's just always knew. And of course my dad, and then so many great coaches that I played for. My dad, Bo Schembeckler, Mike Ditka, Lindy Infante, Ted Marchibroda. It goes on and on from there. Just always been influenced by the best.
Certainly you mentor a lot of your younger coaches on staff, but when you look at people that you admire and that you lean on really a lot on the coaching tree, who are some of the people you reach out to on a regular basis for advice in your circle?
It's a great question. Really the people on my staff. They're the ones that they're shoulder to shoulder with, and they're right down the hall, and we're all in it together. We're like best friends. It's like brothers, really. my brother who's a coach is in Baltimore. I got these coaches that are right down the hall that I treat them just like my brother, and just walk down the hall and talk to them, and they're great too. We've got all our full-time coaches right now. 10 of them will be head coaches. Mark my words. I mean, they're going to eventually be head coaches. So it's got a great staff, really blessed that way, and wouldn't want to go into a training camp or a game day with anybody else than the guys we got.
You look at all the levels you've had the opportunity to coach on and all the players you've coached, but you've got a unique opportunity as a college football coach, because these are young men that are going to go on and do great things professionally, but then there's more to life after that as well. What are you most proud of when you get the opportunity to get these guys in your care and to teach them and to, teach them the values of life, but what are you most proud of when you walk away at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that are great. I mean, being the way they improve as a football player. We got 1,000 APRs, so they're all graduating, all those things. But the most is that they can take care of themselves. They can look out for themselves, and they're not afraid of any challenge or any new challenge. I mean, the exact same thing that I'm trying to have my kids at home, to where they can look out for themselves. So I think it's not just me; it's the whole program. It's the college that really knows how to college, and the parents that they already have had. But you do get to be with them that period where they're going from high school to professional, and you still got a chance to be their favorite coach or favorite teacher.
Right.
Usually by the time of the pros, they've already had their favorite coach or favorite teacher. So I really enjoy that part, and you really become part of the family too, because somebody's dropping off their most prized possession on your doorstep. So overarching of everything else, wins and losses, that's the responsibility that is my highest priority. They're driving, no matter what they have financially or don't have financially, their most prized possession is being dropped off at your doorstep. And even though they all got great dads, but they can't always be there. And a lot of them ask me to, or I just take the responsibility. I gotta be your dad while you're, as well. And so that's the coolest, most luckiest thing. My dad knew a guy when he grew up named Lucky, and they used to say, "How'd you get so lucky, Lucky?" I feel lucky.
With all the success you've had with the program, but when you look back at what you've done at Michigan specifically, just Michigan, what do you want your last mark to be on the program? What do you think your lasting mark will be?
That's a great question. I mean, I think about the next one, the next day, just being better tomorrow than today, being better today than yesterday. So that's all I'm really thinking about. Trying to make our first day of practice, to set the tone, find out who the tone setters are, the leaders. So sorry I don't have a great answer for you there, but I'm just like, I'm where my feet are, and attacking each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind.